Hey y'all, this podcast contains potentially disturbing content. Our show includes graphic references to topics such as sexual abuse, self-harm, violence, eating disorders, explicit language, and sexual acts. Listener discretion is advised. This show is for mature audiences only.
Good morning and welcome back to another episode of the Queer LBC podcast. I'm your host, Nino. My pronouns are he, him. Thank you for asking. I have with me here my fabulous cohorts.
Yo, it's me, Christoph, your city top liaison. My pronouns are he, him, and that motherfucker.
Dr. Mikey here, your local licensed and practicing therapist for entertainment purposes only. My pronouns are he, she, all of them. So what's the tea, sis?
The tea is... Today in Gay. Gay exorcism survivor receives 5-figure settlement from his UK church. A drag queen was detained by ICE in San Francisco. Activists are fighting to get her back. Today in transphobia, trans youth fight for care as California clinics cave to Trump. Also in transphobia, Greg Abbott adds anti-trans bathroom bill into Texas flood relief special session. What the fuck? Today in biphobia, after axing the word transgender, Stonewall Monument website quietly cuts bisexual too.
Not the bisexuals.
Not the bisexuals. Today in What the Fuck, with fewer protections and more paperwork, LGBTQ plus Americans face a Medicaid coverage cliff. And today in Yas, Hong Kong to consider law to recognize same-sex partnerships. Do any of you queens know about any of these things? I don't, but I did want to read about this gay exorcism survivor. What the fuck? Matthew Draper described the experience as something out of a horror movie by Abby Montiel. A Church of England parish has paid damages to a gay man who underwent an exorcism meant to purge him of the demons of homosexuality, according to the Times. This is the first known case in which a survivor of a conversion therapy has received compensation in the UK. In 2014, while volunteering at St. Thomas Philadelphia, an Anglican Baptist congregation in Sheffield, 37-year-old Matthew Draper was invited to an Encounter God weekend, where he was told that a local married couple who were prayer leaders would perform an exorcism to rid him of his sexual impurity that had allowed him demons to enter his body. Looking back, it seems like something out of a horror movie. For someone to be standing over you saying that they can see the demons leaving your body is quite terrifying, Draper told the Times. But when you are deeply tied to the church, as I was at the time, it is easy to believe anything they tell you. Damn straight, Calvary Chapel. In November 2023, Bernardo's investigators concluded in their review that it was supported fact that the procession Draper was subjected to was in view of a form of exorcism administered with the intention of changing his sexual identity.
I mean, some of these twinks are gay demons,
I
so...
mean, yeah.
I'm JK.
Entirely. I mean, I know this is in the UK, but that's insane.
That is crazy, but it's also ironic. Not ironic. It's also kind of crazy that when the parish did their first initial investigation, they found nothing. But 4 years later, or wait, I don't know how many years later, I think it was like 2016, then the independent investigation found that this most definitely happened. So now,
Shocker.
So now the church is lying?
Yeah.
The parish is
girl.
lying? Like, come on now. Like, come.
We don't even know.
The whole church
Like,
is
no,
a
that
lie.
was- We just had tea and crumpets.
Oh, damn.
I don't know what he's talking about.
But I think that's the problem of doing internal investigations. Like, how is someone internal to your organization going to be objective?
Unbiased,
Yeah,
right, like-
to shit that
I
you
know.
do. They're not. It's the same for police. You can't have internal police
Right,
assessing
this-
police activity.
Exactly.
They're going to clear themselves.
I didn't do it.
Right? I'm innocent.
He's like, right, you know what?
According
I
to
believe you.
me.
Nothing happened. We found nothing.
Right?
Case closed. Jesus Christ. But fuck. I mean, they're saying that they see demons coming out of you. Like, that's some, like, traumatizing bullshit. Like, if you're up in that,
Right?
Right.
I remember being in Calvary and being like, oh my God, I'm gonna die in the rapture. or
Yeah.
whatever. So like I can imagine him like being like, oh my God, were there actual demons coming out of me? And now I still want to date a man. So is there another demon?
So like right. Exactly. It was a whole nother demon. But I mean, we all have our demons. You know what I'm saying? But then also, like, that wasn't the demon that got exorcised. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
Right?
Like I can't drink no more, but I still want to fuck.
Yeah. But it's just wild that 2025 and they're like doing gay exorcisms.
At least they're getting paid out.
I mean, that's true.
That is true. I mean, it did happen like in 20. I think the original exorcism happened in 2012.
Oh,
But-
that makes a little bit more sense.
Right. And then he filed the suit in 2016. But independent investigation didn't happen to 2022.
I really like that they call this like what it was, conversion therapy, because people want to be like, oh, like religion, like don't tread on my religion, but like, no, girl, this is conversion therapy.
Yeah.
I also think it needs to highlight like this is an extreme version of conversion therapy in church. We also need to talk about how pastors are probably having conversations and talks with queer kids in church about how they're wrong, one-on-one, providing this therapy, which is wild. Like, what's your training to provide therapy to people?
And like what's your backup like scriptures that is saying like there's like a gay demon that you can exorcise the demon out of it?
Right. Like, what's
Like
the name?
what?
Because you got to usually call the name of the demon.
Right? Like it's not like one demon.
They're just yelling faggot the whole time.
Right? Like, is it multiple gay demons? I don't understand. That's
I
a lot of
rebuke
gay demons
in the name of
to
the
be
Lord.
possessing all the gays at all the same time. Just a little side note about demons.
Well, girlies, if you need some change, go get a gay exorcism and sue the church.
Jesus.
Did y'all hear about Stonewall? So after axing the word transgender from their website, the monument, because remember I said there's a bar and then the
Yeah.
Stonewall Monument Museum type of thing, they recently cut the word bisexual from their website, which is a .gov website, which is important, y'all. Hold on to that. So it is said that on May 26th, an archived version of the website had a statement that said before the 1960s, almost everything about living openly as lesbian, gay, bisexual person was illegal. And when people went to the website on the 27th, May 27th, the day after, it now reads, before the 1960s, almost everything about living authentically as a gay or lesbian person was illegal. And so, yeah, so the Stonewall Monument out here erasing bi people,
Very strange.
just like the community.
So, not only do trans people not exist, but now it's only gays and straights, and there is no such thing as bisexuality. That's what they're telling us.
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Yeah. Well, I wonder like what is the status of the Monument Museum, because it's a .gov,
Right.
which means it's government operated. Because I'm working with a non-profit. And I gave them my bio. And my bio is like, I'm like an anti-racist therapist who works primarily with the queer and trans community. And the person I was working with sent me a list of banned and trigger words and federal grant writing and Trump administration. So Trump is out here not providing grants and things to organizers if they say certain things. Yeah.
So that's probably why they removed it from the monument website.
I don't think. I'm thinking, but if you're a government, how much grants are you getting? But if you're government, that means that your website's run by the government. So the government's going to be able to take in and out whatever it wants.
That's true. But then also the funding that you get is coming from them. So they were like, well, you damned if you fucked either way.
Yeah. No, really. And on this list, it's like LGBTQ is on this list. It's basically every underprivileged identity. Like activism, advocacy. You can't say that to get some grants. Gender. You can't say indigenous community. You can't say multicultural. You can't say racial. You can't say privilege.
That's crazy.
You can't say trauma. So yeah.
So like if you writing a grant and like
funny.
if you providing these services, like what, like like what's a
You're not getting
synonym for
funding,
trauma?
girl. Yeah.
Like
yeah.
what can I say instead of trauma?
Bad things.
Like that's wow.
Yeah. So I'm wondering, I think it's more that their government ran, so government's just going to do and erase whoever they want.
I'm like, are they going to eventually erase lesbian and gay also from it and be like, Stonewall was about something, but we don't know.
Bricks matter.
Right. I think it was Humpty Dumpty's.
Something. I don't know.
But I did see that when they removed the transgender from the website, a lot of people bought flags and took it to the monument.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully a lot of the bisexual community will also buy flags and take it up to the monument and, show solidarity and community.
It's kind of scary.
I don't think you can say those are 2 words. That
we're canceled. No grants. We're not getting any grants. But I think that highlights something important, right? Like I think that we can't, unfortunately, rely on the power that is to acknowledge us. So I think that's where we had to come together as a community, because this article was also saying how this person that puts pride flags all over the monument, and they do like a bunch of them, he was told he couldn't do the trans flags like you said, but also the progress flags, the ones with the black and white stripes.
Oh, yeah.
No, the black and brown
the
stripes.
Black and brown ones.
And that those weren't going to get funded. So I think this is where like us community members need to like step up. If they're not going to provide it, then like we need to step in this community to not allow erasure of people.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, like, what the fuck?
Period.
But also the fewer protections and more paperwork, the LGBTQ plus Americans face a Medicaid coverage cliff. So, according to them, millions of Americans are expected to lose health care coverage through President Donald Trump's One Big Beautiful Tax and Spending Law. And LGBTQ plus Americans who rely heavily on social services due to high rates of poverty and disability are among those who will be most impacted. Experts say that the widespread loss of health care, coupled with rising discrimination and fewer workplace protections, will create a worst-case scenario for LGBTQ plus rights. These support programs are being cut amid an increased environment of hostility towards LGBTQ plus people, said Brad Sears, distinguished scholar of law and policy at the Williams Institute of UCLA School of Law. The law creates an 80-hour-a-month work requirement in order to access Medicaid. Although recipients can volunteer for 80 hours a month instead, or enroll in at least a part-time education program, these requirements go into effect in early 2027. First of all, that's just unrealistic. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find a job and work 80 hours, but unemployment is on the fucking rise.
Yeah.
So, like, how the hell is that going to work?
But also, I'm wondering, like, how I feel like that's just so out of touch. SNAP is what, 190 a month, you know,
if that
individual, probably more if you're a family. Like, no one is. It's really hard to survive off of that. And you don't think that people who are on SNAP don't have some other source of income? Like, no, like people aren't freeloading off the government. You know, the issue is that everything's so expensive and it's really hard to stretch everything.
So even if you do have a job for 80 hours,
it's still not enough.
You think I'm Medicaid? Okay, at least you'll give me Medicaid, but I'm still not going to be able to, pay rent, buy groceries, do this, do that. And if I do have Medicaid and if I have other health issues, how am I going to fucking afford that with the 80 hours and still can't pay rent and groceries?
Exactly. Yeah. Makes no sense.
It's ridiculous. But Medicaid recipients will now have to file paperwork every 6 months to prove that they are working or volunteering for 80 hours a month, or to request an exemption, said Lindsay Dawson, director of the LGBTQ health policy at KFF. These requirements, which have never been issued on a national level before, are expected to dramatically reduce Medicaid enrollment, she said. If someone is already navigating difficult circumstances, like an unstable living situation or surviving on minimal income, they probably won't be able to keep up with the additional paperwork. That's just wild that you want people to filed this paperwork, but I remember you saying like they just assume that everybody is like freeloading
Yeah.
off the government.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, I'm not about to. Y'all got everybody information anyway. So like,
Yeah.
They're
What do
saying,
you-
they swear, I mean, if anybody can even get benefits, period, the way it's like made so hard to get in the
Yeah.
fucking first place, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, if you can get them, if you are scamming the government and you can get SNAP, more power to you, because
No, but I agree. But I think the other issue that I have with this is I work with people who get like GR and SNAP, and I have seen them attempt to renew their benefits, and it's always a disaster. The agencies lose their paperwork, you know, and so then there's a lot, they don't get their benefits. So what's going to happen when that happens? Because now you're requiring millions of people to submit paperwork, and there is not infrastructure to support that.
Exactly. Like, you want them to mail it in? You want them to email you?
Yeah.
Then who email is it going to? Now, what if the
How long does it
system
take to get
crash? And then
confirmed?
now, like, right, exactly.
So then people go without Medicaid and they die because they can't get treated.
Exactly.
Garbage.
yeah, they really fucking swear with all this. Oh, there's people scamming the system. It's like, bitch, you know, it's so fucking hard to do it when you're fucking destitute as shit. Even when you
Right.
don't have no job, even when you're poor, it's you still impossible to get it.
Yeah.
So what the fuck?
You know who's scamming the system? The 1%. Not paying no taxes. They're coming for
True.
all of us, y'all.
They are.
We all need to band together. But similar, did y'all hear about trans youth fight for care as California clinics cave to Trump?
Go on.
So last month, a trans youth got an email alerting him that the Children's Hospital of LA was shutting down its Center of Trans Youth Health and Development, which had provided him critical health care for 3 years. The center, which has served trans youth for 3 decades, offered him counseling and helped him access gender-affirming hormone therapy that he said allowed him to live as himself and flourish in school. CHLA said it is shutting the center due to the federal government's threat to pull funding, part of the president's efforts to eradicate trans youth healthcare. The move forced him and his mom to scramble for alternatives, taking time out of his busy summer to contact new providers and ensure he doesn't run out of medications.
And you putting that on a child.
Yeah.
You putting that weight and that responsibility on a child to do
Mm-hmm.
for caving into President Trump
Yeah.
BS.
Yeah.
That's wild.
If you're going to say that you're about the community, you need to be about the community. Because you're essentially throwing trans youth under the bus,
Right.
you know?
And then it's like, just like we were saying earlier, like, I don't know how much funding that person or that organization got from President Trump, but like, still find a way.
Yeah.
Find a way.
Yeah.
You've been doing this for 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and now all of a sudden.
Go fundraise, girl. Like,
Right.
the CHLA, like, you're not going to think people are going to donate to you. Like,
Exactly.
the gays have all this money, supposedly, so hit up the gays for all this.
All this second income.
Exactly.
Not second income.
Do they? I ain't got no fucking money.
Well, I don't know. We're not the right kind of gays.
But right.
apparently.
It's the other gay.
Yeah. Make them pay for shit.
It's the ones over there on the other side of the hill. Hollywood Hill.
But I definitely seen this. Like, I work at a clinic that serves predominantly the queer community, and there has been jobs that have been cut, but they still find a way to provide the services that are being cut. And I think that's what we need to do is, okay, it's not going to benefit your pocket, but aren't you a medical doctor that's all about saving lives? And
Ain't that your oath?
Yeah, right? Isn't it,
Like,
right? Isn't that your oath?
I don't think your oath say like, oh, let me get my pockets fatter.
Do it, girl.
A drag queen was detained by ICE in San Francisco. Activists are fighting to get her back. By Samantha Rydell. Community activists in San Francisco are rallying to support Hillary Rivers, an immigrant drag queen who was arrested by ICE agents after an asylum hearing nearly 2 weeks ago. One of the latest LGBTQ plus victims of the Trump administration's campaign for mass deportations. Rivers fled his home in Guatemala due to traumatic and severe persecution for being gay, as the San Francisco Chronicle reported last week. His legal name is not being widely reported to protect his confidentiality. Advocates told the nonprofit news platform 48hills.org shortly following the drag performer's arrest. On June 26, Rivers attended a scheduled asylum hearing where the government's motion to dismiss his case was denied. River was arrested by ICE agents as he left the courtroom. That combination, in which the government attempts to dismiss an asylum case, then immediately arrests the asylum seeker for deportation, has become an increasingly common tactic for U.S. immigration police in the past several months, and one that is sometimes conducted with cooperation from courthouses themselves. Rivers is now believed to be held in the Golden State Annex as ICE detention center in Bakersfield. Since his arrest, activists and advocacy groups like SF Pride and San Francisco Immigrant Legal Defense Collaborative have lobbied for Rivers' release and assurance of his safety while in detention. Advocates asked for ICE's San Francisco's office to be flooded with phone calls following Rivers' arrest. Per 48 Hills and San Francisco nonprofit art collective, Galleria de la Raza hosted a letter writing session last Monday for community members to send messages of support. Rivers' primary concern is for people to understand that he was doing things following the law and that he was not a criminal, the gallery's director, Annie Rivera, said at the evening, according to SFGate. We came to this country truly seeking opportunity. We are members of the LGBTQ community, and closing the door like that is not only unfair but disheartening, said Claudia Cabrera, program director at the Instituto Familiar de la Raza, at the letter writing session.
We also want to send our queer love and prayers to Hillary Rivers, the drag queen in San Francisco, and hopefully get her back home and get back out to getting them bookings.
I hope you're good, girl.
To end it off on some good news.
Yeah.
Hong Kong to consider law to recognize same-sex partnerships.
Well, that would be nice.
So this week to formally recognize same-sex partnerships in response to a landmark 2023 ruling by the city's highest court that ordered such framework. So same-sex marriage is not legal in Hong Kong, but a series of court cases have slowly established some piecemeal rights for LGBTQ plus couples in the city, including those related to public housing, inheritance law, and spousal visas. So that's I guess I thought it was a good thing, but it seemed like they only gave the bare minimum.
Yeah. I mean, it's still a good thing.
It's a
even as a bare minimum.
Exactly.
Wait, so what exactly? I didn't even get it. What exactly did they get?
So, I mean, you can explain it better.
Well, I think from what I got of it is they gave them the rights around medical decisions, but because there's so many different avenues that married people have rights of. So you have like financial rights, you have like insurance rights, right? You know, like housing rights. But the one they highlighted they got were medical rights. So be able to see your partner in the hospital, to be able to make medical decisions, things like that is what they provided them.
And that's just along with the fact that they can have like a union ceremony, I guess? Or...
Well, and no, because they also still have to go overseas to first be acknowledged as a same-sex couple. In my eyes, they saying like, oh, you will have to still go to Guam or you'll have to go to somewhere else that recognizes and you become that union. Then you can come back to Hong Kong and then apply for that type of benefit per se. So that your same-sex marriage would be recognized, but you can't get, from the way I understand it, you still can't get married in Hong Kong. You would have to still go overseas to do so, but it would be recognized.
Lamau, not that being the darkest day ever is people not getting like literally anything. The fuck? What a dark day.
But it's also, why are you making this complicated? Why do you have to come up with a whole new system for same-sex marriages? Like, use the same system. Why do you need a whole new thing?
Exactly.
It makes no sense. So it's definitely creating a tiered system.
Yeah, that two-tier system. Like, then what if somebody don't have the means to go overseas to get married in a same-sex relationship?
Yeah.
And so then now they're just going to be stuck without being able to get those same benefits as an individual who had the means to go over there and get married.
Yeah. And it's wild that you think that this is an invasion or fad from the Western world. Like, you don't think there's queer people where you live? No, sis. The reason why they're not out and proud is because of shit like this. You're not giving them rights, you're not giving them recognition. Of course, they're not going to be out.
So it just sounds like that anybody who did get married anywhere else, it just sounds like, like they're having a lot of issues with the end of life. Because obviously, like, if you came in from another country, you married like someone from China, and then you went to go move there, it's like you already like are gonna have like those assumed rights from wherever you came from, I guess.
Yeah, but if you stay there, but if you go back to Hong Kong, then
yeah. So I'm guessing like they're having a lot of problems with that. Like people, I guess.
No, Hong Kong wasn't recognizing it at all.
Yeah.
Like you,
Why? It's probably just it's them giving the bare minimum. It's like, we'll give you this part of these rights, but there's so much more you can get, but we're not going to give you that. I think it's that.
Right.
Yeah.
You can go and visit your husband in the
Yeah, right. That's it.
Well, maybe it's like a little like super duper duper tiny step into being.
I mean,
like,
I guess
well,
that's true, but it's like fucking
guess.
2025. We so sick of getting the bare fucking minimum from everybody. Like, it's like, damn, give me something more. And because we getting the bare minimum from every aspect of life in 2025.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Give me something.
Give me more. In the words of Britney Spears.
Wow. Must be the apocalypse. Get you quoting Britney.
Well, so much for a happy ending.
I know, damn.
Well, did you guys do anything special in your own gay life? Any gay news from your own world?
You know what? I've been gone for a couple of weeks, so I haven't, been in the Long Beach scene for the last couple of weekends. So it was good to be back in the queer space of LBC and just like the queer love and just back at the bars and, supporting the arts, aka the Go-Go Boys. And like,
the arts. The art of dance.
The art of dance and seduction. So yeah, back in these streets now.
Supporting these artists. Beautiful. I love it.
Gorge.
All right. Are you guys still thirsty?
I am quenched.
I'm quenched.
All right. Guess we'll take a quick little break. Hey, y'all. Christoph here. And we just wanted to say thank you for all the love and support. But don't forget to go ahead and give us a 5-star review, a like, a heart, a comment. They all help the podcast a lot. From all of us here at the Queer LBC, we greatly appreciate you. Now back to the show.
And we're back. So today I wanted to talk about Homo-Classism. Yes. Homo-Classism refers to the class-based discrimination or bias within LGBTQ plus communities, especially among gay men. It describes how wealth, income, education, beauty standards, and access to cultural capital affect how individuals are treated within queer spaces, not just outside of them. And with us to talk about this very classist, very homo, very interesting subject, if we have a very special guest, our sound editor, engineer, and local celebrity, Cello Zool. We'd like to thank on to the studio set again this week.
Cello. Not celebrity. I love it.
Celebrity.
I love it.
So, think of Homo-Classism. Have you ever experienced this? Do you guys know what this is? Have you ever heard of it?
This is the first time I ever heard this term, but I think it is definitely something that is real. Like that I've seen in the wild.
It's not ever identified it.
Yeah.
Is this like classism, but just in the homosexual spaces?
Talking about the wage gap and the disparity between.
Yeah, I feel like the gays love like the special treatment and the like exclusivity. I feel like a lot of the, not everyone, I shouldn't generalize, but I feel like there's people in the queer community that, love to exclude. And we've known this. I mean, they exclude trans women, they exclude the blacks, they exclude browns, the fats,
The uglies.
the uglies, the theys. So there's always that exclusion.
Yeah. I mean, I think this really highlights how encompassing our community is, because this really speaks to like intersectionality, right? We're talking about social economic status attached to your sexual identity, which is also going to bring in encompass probably your racial identity too, because who is going to probably be the most elitist? Y'all have a guess?
The white gays.
The white
Cis
gays,
white
right?
males.
So like that's what it is. Like think of like when I hear this term, I immediately thought WeHo Abby. That's where my mind went.
So some key traits of Homo-Classism is favoring affluence, prioritizing or admiring gay men who have money, designer clothes, luxury, travel, or aesthetic perfection. Exclusion based on income, judging or excluding others for living with roommates, not owning property, or not affording nightlife, events, or bodywork, gym, surgeries, or skincare. Cultural gatekeeping, using vocabulary, references, or aesthetics that require access to elite spaces, such as circuit parties, Fire Island, Fashion Week, to belong. Invisible working class queers, erasure or sidelining of poor and working class LGBTQ voices in media, leadership, or activism.
Do you think it also includes the Disney gays?
I feel like definitely.
Quite sure they're up there.
Yeah,
because
because
it's
you
like
have to have
a Disney pass to date them, right?
That's some money.
That's money's right there. That's money. I don't have Disney money.
No.
Let's see, examples in practice. A dating profile that says no fats, no femmes, no broke boys. A gay bar where the cover charge or drink price is unaffordable for many. Shaming someone for not having a high-end gym body or designer clothes. And LGBTQ plus nonprofit mostly run by affluent white men, while poor trans or BIPOC folks are left out of funding, decisions, or storytelling. Ever noticed any of these types of things?
I mean, we all, I'm quite sure, see those type of things, especially like when you go out into the community or you're at events and things of that nature that's targeted towards the LGBTQ community. It's like, for instance, like if you go and talk to someone, like a person won't feel comfortable enough going and speak to someone unless they look like they got what they want, which is 9 times out of 10 money, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so we go for these, or the looks.
Mm-hmm.
So when people go for that, it's like superficial, but then like you putting yourself up there in regards of like, oh, like that's what I want to be about.
Mm-hmm.
Or you feel like, I make this amount of money and this is what I want in a partner or in a relationship. And then you get into those relationships and then you find out that ain't even, it wasn't even tea, sis. You know what I'm saying? So like you got into that because you wanted to keep up with the Joneses, and that relationship wasn't the relationship that suited you best, because now you're overlooking individuals that don't benefit nothing from you. So like, for instance, you can go up to the bar and be like, somebody may come and holler at you, but that person may not have the body that you want, or they look like they may not have the Prada shoes that you like, or, like they just don't fit what you attempt to want.
They're not Mr. Perfect.
In society, in like classism.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have been missing out on a prince, a gem in a sense. I'm not saying a prince in reality, but a person who would have loved you for who you are, a person who would have done anything for you, but you overlooked that person because they didn't look a certain way.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody in the gay community, I feel like, give people chances in regards of just speaking and having a good time with individuals without expecting nothing from it.
Yeah.
And as a community would be so much better if we did so. Every time somebody go up and talk to somebody, don't mean they want to fuck you or gain something from you. Because a lot of people, when I first moved here, I do remember like, oh, like, what do you do? That's the main question in the gay community. Once you start talking, like, oh, like, what do you do for work? Why?
Yeah.
Do you get to know me as a person?
Yeah.
I was at a gay club in New York, and this person seemed really interested in me, and we're like chatting it up, and we're like, what's up? Hey. And then they're like, oh, what do you do? I'm like, oh, I'm a musician, I'm an artist. And like, oh, they're also like some kind of artist. And then I started getting excited. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna play at the subway, and then here's our social media handle, and it's a new group. And so the social media, he doesn't have a lot of followers. So they saw the like tiny amount of followers, and then they're like, "Oh, you're playing the subway," and they like immediately just like walked away, like uninterested. And
See,
like,
that's-
no longer interested.
That's crazy, bro.
And then if they only knew like what I was doing, you know what I mean?
See, and that's shitty. Like most people, networking in itself is it's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because in networking, you try to find the commonality between your businesses or your organizations so that you can try to help one another.
Oh yeah, we definitely need more of that. I think. I mean, because you do hear about those like power couples or like those gays that don't have kids and they have nothing holding them down, and they're like making tons of money out there, but then not returning anything to their community.
To the community, right? Yeah.
That where their fellow community members really need the help, you know.
But I also think like those people are also very privileged people. So it's not like they I feel there's that like pull yourself up by the bootstrap mentality in the queer community when it comes to that. When we bring up like when we talk about rich white gays or just rich gays who have no kids and have all the money, like that is a goal I feel in the queer community, but the reality is that those people had help. Like they were born into that, so they had a leg up. They had a certain level of privilege.
Yeah, there's kind of like a lie to this whole like, oh, gays all have like this like expendable income and they just like have these like power jobs and they're rich.
Yeah.
And have like nothing like holding them back, and they have like no children. Also, they have no family members. That's just them.
Yeah.
It's like, what? That's not really how it goes.
Right.
Because I feel like a lot of gay people don't have any money ever. But I do feel like I have seen like uppity rich white gays, not even rich, but just like they have more money than me. And I definitely feel like there's different expectations that they have of like what people do and like how much money you're just constantly spending just like to like, I guess, maintain your friendships. Or like maintain your relationship. Like, oh, like we have to go and do all these like random things. Like I remember like a couple guys that I had dated, like they were always wanting to go and do like really expensive like events and like always like going out and like going to dinner like all the time. And it's like, bitch, like I don't have money to be going out like 7 days a fucking week and like going to this and that and this and that and this concert and this place and what the fuck, like the fuck. And then them looking at me like, oh, like why are you like being like a broke bitch? And I'm like, because I am a broke bitch.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
They should pay your way then.
Yeah.
You would think, but
Exactly.
no.
If your friend wants you to come and if your friend can't make it or can't financially make it,
you
then
find a way.
You will want your friend to be there. Be like, all right, shit. Well, I got you this one.
I think the reality is people can't afford it themselves.
Exactly, and that's the problem.
Right?
And that's the problem
the
because
the fake rich gays. I hate that.
And ain't no telling. Like they sleeping in a 1 bedroom with
can't
4 roommates.
Can't host.
And can't host. And then like they
mattress on the floor,
renting cars and shit, and like you just don't never know. But the facade of them look like they have it, and that gives everybody else the indication like, oh shit, they must really be on their shit. In reality, broke, don't have nothing to call their own,
run on credit cards,
right?
Depressed because they trying to keep up with everything and don't have it.
That's a lot, and I wonder if that's an LA thing because I feel like there's a lot of people that I've run into in certain spaces and art spaces where it's like everybody's pretending.
No, I don't think that's a LA thing because believe it or not, it happens everywhere.
Yeah, it's capitalism.
It's capitalism, and then like once, and just like you said, some of them are born in it. Like if you come from money, that's what you want.
Yeah.
And that's the lifestyle that you're used to.
Yeah.
But then you try to put that on your partner or somebody that you're trying to be interested in. And then so you're like, you're not even putting the 100 in because you feel like, well, this ain't gonna go nowhere because we from 2 different worlds.
How are we gonna relate?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. But then it's wild on how we like glorify these things that create separation, like Fire Island, right? Like that's in fucking New York, and you have to like
Right?
you have to get to New York, and then you have to take the ferry to New York, and then find housing in Fire
Right.
Island. Like
Whenever
that's
I
not,
hear about gays talk about that, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, if it's just like something you just go do on the weekend, like it's nothing. Like,
yeah,
bitch,
that's
what?
a whole journey,
right?
I mean, if you're on that side of the coast, yes. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
if you in like fucking Hollywood or LA
Yeah,
and
yeah.
WeHo talking about, oh yeah, I'm going to Fire Island every other weekend in the summer. The fuck?
But I mean, what would even be like equal to that? Going to San Francisco?
Shit, no.
You can go to San Francisco for cheap. You just drive up.
Just
sleep
drive
in your
up, right.
car.
You could do it right. It's ways to do it
Mhm.
financially.
But like every single weekend?
Oh
Right.
no.
But also,
Man,
once you get into the bars, you want like a $20 drink.
Right? And then these like bitches
See,
are
I'll be
also spending it like that
pre-gaming.
too, right?
A nice little pre-game
I mean,
sesh.
I'm down for that,
Look.
but a Homo-Classism would say that we're wrong for that.
I remember with my ex, I actually had to like tell him, I was like, hey, I need to let you know, like, I'm not the kind of person who has money. So I'm like, I legit had to tell him that. I was like, I'm an artist and not only do I not actually care about money right now, like, I don't ever have money. And so, like, if you're going to be expecting me to be like taking you this, there, and everywhere, and that we're going to have money to do all these fucking crazy shit that you're constantly talking about that you want to do, like, I think you should think about that because I'm not that guy who's going to have that for you. And so he was just like, oh, what? Like, no, it's not about that. And blah, 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 blah. And then it's just like, I was like, okay, well, I'm letting you know. And then it was like, not even the first week of us dating, I miscalculated my own funds and I didn't have money. And I just didn't have a gig, you know? And like when I was living and working, just like doing my old job, which was like art direction stuff, like I didn't have money all the time, and I was just like, I'm sorry. So then like we planned a date, and then I had told him like, oh, let's go on this date, and then by the time the date came, I didn't have no fucking money, like literally not even anything in my bank account. So it's like I was like, I told him, I was like, hey, I'm like, I told you, and I'm like, I'm not trying to like be weird because like when you're first dating someone and you any little like weird thing that happens, you think the other person's like, you're making up an excuse and it's not
Yeah.
real. I'm like, no, it's
Right.
real. I'm a broke bitch. And like, sorry. I mean, he took it and he went with it, but I mean, it was definitely like something that like, I'm like, oh, I have to tell you, like, I don't have money. Cause there was a guy before that I had gone out with, and before he had even come down to see me, cause he was living in San Francisco and cause I had met him in fucking New Orleans. At Mardi Gras. But anyways, he ended up moving to San Francisco or some shit, and then he was gonna come down to LA, and so I was like, okay, let's meet up. But I want to tell you, like I don't have no money, so like chill out. And like I already knew that he's like this like uppity like white boy from university that has money and wants to do things, you know what I mean, and wants to spend money to maintain, I guess, socialness. Like you can't take a rich person and just hang out and smoke weed and do nothing at the house. Like that is what they don't do. Do you not know this? You can't take a rich person.
I've never dated a rich person,
Exactly.
girl.
But that's what
Right,
happens is
okay.
that that's not their life, and you can't just take them to the house and smoke weed with them and chill out. That's not what they're gonna ever do.
Not their aesthetic.
Like you're gonna smoke the weed with them and then they're gonna go somewhere and they're gonna spend money, and it's like really fucking annoying. And it's like
Yeah.
you're constantly on this loop of we have to go and spend more money at the next place. And so
and brunch and
brunch, and then oh no, let's go get a coffee, and then oh, and then this, and then oh, and then like let's go see a movie, and then oh well, girl, I don't have all this goddamn endless fucking funds. Like I don't know what to tell you. But oh yeah, so back to the guy who had come down to see me. I told him I don't have any money, and he was like, "Oh no, it's cool." Blah blah blah. So anyways, we're going out, and we're doing all these things. We're going to all these places, and like now he's looking at me like, "Well, when are you gonna chip in?" And I'm like, "Bitch."
Chip in for what? The fuck?
I said, I told you I'm broke. And then I was like, I don't know what you don't understand. And that's when I realized that rich people broke is different than poor people broke. And they have different like ideas of what that means. Like poor people broke is you don't have dollars in your bank account.
Yeah.
And rich people broke is you just you just have to take money out of this part of the budget instead and cover it here. And it's like, no, bitch, I literally don't have any fucking money. But he had got mad at me, and then he was like acting all douchey, and then he like started acting like a dick. Anyways, I had to leave. I had to end up leaving him at a bar.
Good.
Oh, damn.
Because I didn't have any money to pay for those drinks anyways. He did. But yeah.
That's funny. I once had that. I was dating a guy, and I think no. Back then, I didn't have very good style. I think my style is very recent, where I can like dress nicely, but like it was also just like a t-shirt and jeans, like very basic, right? And he was all about name brands and like having expensive clothes, and I wasn't. Like still to this day, like I don't give a fuck about name brands. But anyway, so we were just beginning our dating experience, and we show up to his apartment, and his neighbors are having a party, and t-shirt and jeans, that's what I usually wear. And he hears it, and he was like, oh my god, my neighbors are outside having a party. And I was like, okay, like are we gonna go meet them? And he was like, and he looks me up and down what I'm wearing. He was like, not in that. I was like, I didn't say anything.
I was
And
like,
I just walked past him. I'm like, and I just go introduce myself to his friends.
Okay. Motherfucker, you ain't
Not in
gonna.
that girl, bye.
I know. Yeah, it didn't last very much longer after that.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's a fucking red flag. If
Wow.
Yeah. There was a many, and she was colorblind for a little while.
Damn. There was a guy that I had gone out with, and he lived like on Sunset Boulevard, and I met him at Akbar. And then I want to say you were there, Cello.
Oh, Akbar. I love Akbar.
And anyways, we like exchanged numbers, and then we decided we would later go on a date. And then so I met him up at his place, and then as soon as I get to his place, he's on the phone with, I guess, his work. And then he's just like continues to be on a call for like the next like 30 minutes as I'm just like wondering like how long is this fucking phone call supposed to fucking last, bitch? Like I was trying to be polite by like letting you finish it up. And I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? So like this bitch really just has me sitting in his fucking apartment while he's on a fucking phone call. Like what the fuck is this? Anyways, where's I going with this? Oh, his Homo-Classism. Well, at some point of the date, he was very like machismo and was like trying to treat me like his wife. And then at some point he told me that he would marry me and that, but I need to go back to school and get like an education and something. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like,
Okay,
I already
what
went
the
to school,
fuck?
bitch.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I had already gone to culinary school. So I don't know what he was.
I know.
He wanted me to go to university.
Oh, you want to go to
So
real
they-
college?
So I guess he was willing to fund that, which is not a bad idea, but bitch, like that wasn't my idea.
Mm-mm.
Right, and that just feels weird because of when you get in relationships, you do want the relationship to be a back and forth, right? You do for me,
Reciprocal.
I do for
Mhm.
you, vice versa.
Yeah.
But when a person inflicts that shit, like, oh, like I want to do this for you, like I want to pay for this, I want to pay for that, but like that shit feels weird. That feels like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want you to, I don't need that.
I
don't
do. Pay
want
for all
that.
my shit, please.
But then,
Right.
that's how and that's fortunate, but also everything comes with a price.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? So I know it, I mean, I
Touche.
wouldn't mind being,
But
you
why are
know,
you paying for all this?
but right, because
Right?
it's
Out of the
always a
goodness of
motive,
your
like,
heart,
especially if
that's
it's like
cool.
forceful. But you know, like if it's like, oh, okay, like something here and there, you know, like they don't go out their way to make sure that they financially take care of you and remind you and things of that nature. Because once you start reminding shit, like, well, then you didn't do it from your heart.
Yeah.
So then what the fuck?
Yeah, I don't have that kind of like capacity where like you can buy me something and I'll feel bad. Like, no, bitch, you bought it. That was your choice. God made you do what he did. I'll take the money, thanks.
Right. And this is all contradictory because I am looking for a sugar daddy. You know what I'm saying?
Got some things to work through, girl.
Right. I'm in conflict with
I
my
know,
damn
I
self.
know, right?
Right.
That's true though. That idea that there's so many rich gays out there with that expendable money is not true. Right. I think there's a lot more poor of us than there's rich of us.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just a facade, right? Like, I think
Yeah.
everything's on a credit card.
I was just gonna say that.
Okay.
Or stolen.
Or stolen.
Shoplifted.
Or boosted from one of your one night stands.
Or a really good bootleg.
Oh my God, I got robbed once from a hookup.
See,
I found my wallet in front of on my doorstep with the money gone, but the wallet was just there on the floor.
What?
Yeah.
That's crazy. I remember when I was back in Ohio, I was on the app and shit. This is way off of classism in our community. But like a motherfucker, like if you needed $25, I would have just gave you $25. Like, but I was like, oh, like I'm gonna go and buy some weed. And he was like, okay, I'll be right back. I'm about to go upstairs. I'm like, it's been 30 motherfucking minutes. Like, call, phone off, go to the app. Ain't nobody on there. Like, I'm like, oh shit, that's crazy, bruh. I got for $25 for some weed. Like, I would have gave you $25, dude. And we could have just smoked and shit. I'm just trying to meet cool people, but
wow.
guy got.
Wow. Y'all gays need to stop playing games. Not with the gays.
Touche.
Have you guys ever judged somebody over not having something like money or a job or a education or a something?
I haven't. And I try my best not to like even pass judgment on anybody without knowing them. Like once I get to know you as an individual is when I really start to like use my judgment. Like regardless of like, I've met people who got money. I met people who ain't got shit. I met people who got like 4 goddamn name brand cars, can only drive one at a time. But okay, I digress. But I go off your energy and your appreciation for life. You know what I mean? Just like treating people with dignity and kindness. But regardless of what you have, because I done met motherfuckers who got all of that and are a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And vice versa. A lot of people who have some shit, a name brand shit, financially wealthy, and great heart, great mind and body and soul. You know what I mean? And then I met people who ain't got shit, who's broke, and their spirit is broken too. Because they are shitty to other individuals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I've had friends. I'd had friends who have asked me for like a loan or whatever, but it's just like, oh, here you go, and I don't expect it coming back, but then it does, and then he brings tacos, you know. So it's like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
The universe will make sure you have it, because my grandma always told me like, don't lend out no money and expecting it back.
That's facts, though.
Just give it from the heart, and it will come back to you in tenfold.
Yeah,
that's true,
and it has.
I think, and things that are outside of like cash money, like I like reciprocity, because I think, like, yeah, I'll buy you a few drinks and stuff like that. But if I'm always buying drinks, and like, girl, what is this? You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can always tell when somebody is using you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that shit ain't cool.
Yeah.
But then it's like,
I have friends who like, I do buy them drinks when we go out, but they give back in other ways. You know what I mean? Like they give in ways that they can. And so it's like,
yeah, that's good.
Like, yeah. So I have friends who are like, you know, may not have a job and do this, but I'll go out of my way to go pick them up from their house because they're a fun vibe. And then they give back and they're like very kind.
But then if you don't get nothing in a transaction, it's just like, why?
No. And it's not even transaction. It's just energy exchange. Like all relationships, not because it has to be transactional, but because it's like called an energy exchange. You know what I mean? Like symbiosis. Like, you know, this person gives this and that person gives that. And that's how we all work together, you know? But if you're just always giving, then it's not symbiosis. It's parasitic.
There you go. Now that was a word.
Parasitic.
So I guess I used to only want like Richies only. So I guess I was delving in my own form of Homo-Classism, because I was broke anyway. So like I was like, well, I'm the starving artist, so I need somebody to be my, what do you call that? My patron. Yeah, I needed my man patron.
Your sponsor.
My sponsor. So yeah, I was just a broke gay looking for a sponsor essentially. And so I would be like, when I would like be hunting for guys, because I would just be hunting online, you know, like looking on like dating apps or whatever. I'm like, okay, what's your job? Okay, makes a lot of money. Great. That's great criteria. Thank you.
So that was so.
I mean, if I met somebody who didn't have a good job, I wouldn't like tell them no if they were hot. So it was like a give and a take. But I guess I was. But that, I mean, it ultimately went to bite me in the ass. I mean, I ended up getting my own daddy who I did love at the time. It wasn't like that though. It wasn't like I was like using him kind of a thing. It was like, oh, I am broke, and yes, you are paying for literally everything, but I am giving you that extreme energy exchange, and I actually am not. I am not. I am not like a sugar baby. I'm like your wife who doesn't have a job. I'm your housewife.
Yeah. That's every straight relationship right there.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So I mean, it wasn't like it was some kind of weird fake thing. So you can have those relationships where you do literally pay for everything if the person's broke.
Was it an
Broke
age
people-
difference too?
Broke people can love you too. No, we're the same age.
That was the same age?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I just assumed.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I am with somebody, but I didn't judge him on this criteria of money.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I don't.
Yeah, a lot of people block their blessings due to trying to keep up with how much money a person make, how they look, you know, body type, all this other stuff, and you're missing out on something that could be magical. We only get one life, so you should live it to the fullest. So
Yeah.
just based off somebody's financial criteria or their appearance, I can understand everybody has a type, but shit, like classism, go ahead and nip that shit in the bud.
I think it's also like it's very like traditional to kind of have that mindset, the classist mindset, you know? So like we're the queer community, we should really work on like getting rid of that aspect, really work on like truly being queer. And then the more and more we are lashed onto ideas that are part of tradition, part of the norm, the more like clouded we are, the more unkind we are going to be to people, to our community.
Right.
And racism.
Yeah, that too.
That
Yeah.
part. I mean, because that plays a fact in it as well, like the classism part of it, like of it all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, it's all rooted in the same thing.
Right.
So like
Supremacy.
patriarchy, classism, racism, all of those things are rooted in these ideas that there's a certain hierarchy. And we had to break free of that. You know, like these hierarchies that we create in our minds and that have been taught to us. We have to find a way to liberate ourselves from that because it's imprisoning, you know, like
Right.
you do believe and you do fall for that other people are less than, you know, like I think like for the unhoused, like, you know, or for other people, it's like POC or immigrants, you know what I mean? Like you can believe that these people are not worthy enough. And well, you know, like some people say like, well, they should just do things the right way. And like, that's like classism right there. Like, you know, it's like people are being punished for navigating the world when the world like imposes itself on people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And so I feel like us as queer people, you know.
But how can we liberate it? Like, how can we break ourselves from this fucking like it just feels hard to not to break yourself away from what's been ingrained in us,
of course,
through like
yeah,
society itself.
Yeah.
It's just like,
well, I think it's like, yeah, it's hard to do because you have to be exposed to it. Like you have to be exposed to something to get you out of it, or else you're not gonna see it. You're not gonna see the like the need to spend money, like the need to spend money, like you were saying earlier, Nino. You're like, oh, we got to go to the movies. Oh, now I want to get a coffee. Now I want to go to this. Now it's the I want, and it's like instead of the I wants, we should focus on what I have. Well, what do we have? What can't we do? Can we do something that doesn't require spending money? Can we hang out without spending money?
can we go and take a walk at the beach?
Right. So, you know, you said that you prescribe to this Homo-Classism or a version of it, you know? So how did you break free? Like, what questions did you ask yourself to help you, like, get to where you are now?
Well, I had experienced life in the fast lane, I guess.
Too fast, too furious.
It was too fast and it was too furious. And it was just kind of like, it was literally just kind of like this like Lifetime movie where it was like, this is all like insane. And now I have to pack a bag and run away with the dog in a taxi, in an Uber. And so, yeah, I think just experiencing it and like understanding like realizing like, oh, this isn't just like one person who's going to be like this. This is going to be like every single person who is like maintaining this lifestyle is like a psycho bitch. And like none of these people like in any of these like rooms are happy at all. And they are all like soulless. And all these people who do have like money are all still searching for their ayahuasca moment. And it's like that's what they truly want, is that like, oh, I'm gonna go into the tribes and be one with nature. And it's like, well, bitch, well, why did you spend all that time chasing money? Because that's obviously the opposite of everything that what you're looking for, allegedly, which was like also the plight of my ex. Also, is like I had helped him quit his job and realize that he hated his life, basically. And tried to help him set himself free, but they internally just have this like crazy desire to be better than everybody else, and the only way you can be better than everybody else is to show off how much money you have, and that you have a great job and you make a lot of money, and that's how it's like the number doesn't matter, it just has to keep going up.
Yeah.
Like your bank account number.
That reminds me of like that queer exceptionalism, where we will have to prove ourselves to our family, so we got to make a lot of money. I feel like a lot of queer people have that urge and that need to prove themselves worthy.
Yeah, also like the urge of like them, I guess, just wanting to escape like the thought of like who they were or used to be, like possibly being shamed for being gay and being so embarrassed of yourself, and then you have to be better than everybody else to show them. Yeah. And then you just like take on all these like horrible, like, I guess, traits.
Yeah.
Well,
I think it's that what you're talking about, the rich people seeking their ayahuasca moment, speaks to the lack of balance. Because I think, let's be real, everyone at this table, if we got like $50,000 or even like $10,000, like five, right? Sure, girl,
$2,
like that would like alleviate a lot of stress. I think there's an appropriate amount of rich in which you can have that is not that is not, how do I phrase this? I think you could be a certain level of rich in a way that is not taking from others, and that's still not accurate. I can't quite explain it, but I think once you reach the extreme in which you're participating in this Homo-Classism, then you're on that far right extreme in which like money is so important and that's your sole focus and sole drive. So like in gaining that, you lose connection with everyone. And what does ayahuasca do? It reconnects you. Like it's literally nature that you're going shooting into your body. So I think like it's about finding that balance of finding the appropriate level of taking care of yourself,
Yeah, I think the reality is, and to survive in this capitalistic society that's been forced on us, like I think we understand that money means freedom. It's okay to want freedom, so that money gives it to you, but it's not okay to then fault other people for their financial situations, because we're all born into this.
Yeah, because it's really easy to like shit on other people when you have money. Like, because after I finally went into construction, like I finally got some cash in my account. I'm not saying I'm rich, but I'm just saying like I feel like I'm at least up, and it feels so easy to just like when people like get shitty with you, it feels so easy to just be like, well, you know what? You don't have any money. And you're a broke, dumb bitch, and goodbye. And that's like the clapback that is like also praised all over like media and social media, and everybody wants to be the mean girl and have like that like viral clapback moment.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like a white refrigerator. Bye.
Yeah.
And that's another thing that I noticed with the gay or queer community is like, no, I'm just gonna say the gay men community, is that they love like shit like Mean Girls. And like when Mean Girls came out, I felt like there was like a huge attachment to like, let me just be a completely shitty bitch. And like, this is my personality now because I think it's funny to be shitty to other people, which like attaches itself to all those other things that are like those classist ideals.
Yeah. What are you going to be shitty about?
Yeah, because
look, what they choose to dress like.
Yeah, find something to differentiate. But I think to expand on something that you said, where you said that like when you became a construction worker, like there was more money in your bank. Like that was my experience as becoming a doctor. Like obviously becoming a doctor and doing my work professionally, like completely like it changed my experience of like money and the amount of money I had in my account.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was beautiful, but then it felt like I came from one rung, to another rung, but like on the lower end. So it was like
Right.
it didn't feel like much of a like improvement. It's like yes, like I have a lot more money, but it's like where is it? Like
Yeah. It's like you have it this week.
yeah,
All right.
it's wild.
But next week you probably won't.
Yeah.
Whereas like these other folks,
Yeah.
these Richies.
But I think that speaks to the difficulty of like of the social climb, the difficulty of like of the expectation is to be like a certain high level. Like it's so much work to get from one rung to another, and even when you get to another one, it doesn't still feel like enough.
Yeah, the social climbing aspect.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was definitely like wanting to date guys who were like interesting in that way. And like guys who were like doing like entertainment industry stuff. I'm like, oh, like, are you an actor?
Yeah.
That could be fun.
But that makes sense. That was your field also.
Yeah, true. But I
Right.
also felt like kind of social climbery when I was thinking about those kind of things.
Yeah,
I was like, am I
social
like a
climbery.
social climbing little slutty bitch?
Look, twink demon.
Am I a twink demon? Definitely wasn't a twink, but definitely a demon.
Look at that full circle exorcisms.
But yeah, after like living those experiences, I definitely was like, oh, no, I'm actually the one with the better mind for some reason. I don't know how. What about you?
What?
Have you ever?
I came from nothing, so shit, I never expected nothing.
Mm.
In regards of financial, you know what I'm saying? Like, I grew up very middle class, very like family on food stamps, got government assistance, things of that nature, then moved into middle class, was able to still live paycheck to paycheck. So like money don't really do nothing for me except pay the bills that I have to survive. You know what I mean? So like money is never, like I never go after that. I mean, it's a thing now that I'm in the community, like sugar daddy, I never really thought about that when I was in the closet. But like that becomes a thing now because one, I'm around these individuals who have that not that extra income, but that disposable income. But also like, I don't like my ex had disposable income and was trying to not force it on me, but like also like, oh, like, hey, I got this for you. Like, I don't need this. Like, I appreciate the thought, but like, it just, like I grew up without needing and wanting because my needs was met with the bare minimum. So that extraness in regards of like gift giving, I know that some people love language and shit. I can understand that. But like gift giving and just randomly.
Like appropriate gifts, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They were appropriate, but it was also like,
I don't know, but I think if your love language is gift giving, you had a certain level of privilege in your life. Like more than other people.
You had to learn the getting a gift.
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
But then again, like
it's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing, but also some gift giving, like you ain't got to go on bad enough to go ahead and make me a frame. Like I'm.
But how many times is gift giving like shit that people make? It's very.
It's very rare. Very
Yeah.
rare. Yeah.
Anyway.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Give me gifts.
Yeah. Send them to Queer LBC.
Send them.
Queer LBC, we love gifts.
Yeah.
We do.
We'll
And
give you a
donations.
P.O. box.
Yeah, if you want to be our cash pig at Queer LBC, please
Yeah.
reach out. Please DM us a little piggy snout, and we know it's you.
Got you. Give you a shout out.
Ching ching.
Any other Homo-Classist?
I don't have any other thoughts on Homo-Classism.
Do better, y'all. That's my thought.
Yeah. Educate yourself.
I feel like that's like the main mentality, like when you get on all the apps, right? Is just like who's ever the best at all in all facets is the one who gets talked to, and anyone who's like does not, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's definitely correlations between kind of like being pretty and having money because you got to afford the gym, and you got to afford the time to have the gym. It's more the time to have the
more
gym.
the time.
Yeah.
Shit, right.
Any other homo thoughts?
No, I'm kind of straight now.
Any
Kidding,
other gay anything?
Continue to spread queer love when you're out and about in the community, at your bars, at your bookstores. Just love on one another, y'all.
And if you're part of the haves, share it.
And if you have the Epstein files, share
Release
those as
them.
well.
Share them. Release the files.
Release the files. We haven't forgot.
Where are the hackers at? Where
Send
are
it
the
to
real
us.
hackers?
Wouldn't it be a gag? Queer LBC leaks Epstein files.
Oh my God.
Wish. I feel like
Tune in next week.
is he just gonna do something else crazy just to make us forget about that again?
Yeah, war girl. A war.
Another one. Great. Well, everybody, just know that we didn't want this.
None of us voted for this.
From all of us here at the Queer LBC. From America, help us, please.
If you're listening from out of the country, we're in danger, girl. We're in danger.
Molly, you in danger.
Send help. From all of us here at the Queer LBC, you're
SOS.
good enough. You're smart enough. And doggone it, people like you. Good night.
Sleep tight.
Don't
Buenas
let the bad
noches.
bugs bite. Good night, Long Beach.
I mean, some of these twinks are gay demons, so. I'm JK, y'all.